On a quiet stretch of Cow Creek, the water moves slowly now, gentle and forgiving. But for one Texas family, this peaceful place will always hold the memory of a storm that took their hero away.
I get mad when I think about it, because I kind of just, this is selfish of me, but I'm just like, why did you leave me? And I try not to think like that, because I know he didn't leave me, but I just still can't believe that it's real.
A cross under a giant oak tree is now a symbol of the reality of this place and of that night.
This is an area that they set up as a memorial for my dad.
For Megan Phillips, this place carries both pain and peace.
I mean, I feel at peace with him out here. And I feel like if he wanted to be found, he would.
Her father, Marble Falls Volunteer Fire Chief Michael Phillips, disappeared here while responding to an emergency call during the historic flooding on 4th of July weekend. His Jeep was found downstream. He never was.
So I will say, at the very beginning, they were finding like his BDU pants, his shirt that he was wearing, his helmet. He had some other fire gear in the truck. I mean, even like I said, finding his glasses, his wallet, his watch, everything. I was just like, where is he?
Megan joined the search.
I searched over by Cow Creek. They wanted to look around the bridge there and a little bit further down.
Giant trees were bent like twigs, roads ripped from the ground and deposited along the banks. Debris piles and trees covered the area where Chief Phillips disappeared.
I mean, it was thick. I mean, you could not see through these trees. And I thought, well, let me just shake these trees. I'm gonna hear something or see something. And he's here, and yes, he's hurt, but he's coming back.
But Megan felt like he had to be close.
Because I was just thinking, like, all these things that we found, pants, boots, shirt, glasses, watch, wallet, everything.
She will never forget when she saw her dad's Jeep, buried on its side, almost completely covered up.
I did do a flyover and saw it, and like I said, I mean, I could only see 3 or 4 feet, and I knew what I was looking for. So I saw, it was a white Jeep and had a red line, and so I knew that it was there. Just, I guess, the amount of force and everything, like it was buried that deep, that quickly, really. I mean,
Chief Phillips knew this area better than anyone, but what he didn't know was how big that wall of water was that swept him away as his Jeep came over a hill. A sheriff's deputy told Megan Chief Phillips had no idea what hit him.
So he's like, yeah, I saw him come over the hill, and then it was just rushed away.
No one saw it coming. The rain was slow but steady. The big fireworks show that night was shut down, and there were some reports of flooding, but nothing out of the ordinary yet.
It was raining, and so we were gonna go see the fireworks, but they were canceled. So we went to Dairy Queen, got some ice cream, went home, and didn't really think much, but we knew, there's lots of rain, and it had been raining for, I think, almost 24 hours at that point. And we had heard on the news,
If this happens, we have a storm system essentially right on top of us with all this tropical fuel in place.
But didn't think much about it. I mean, in this area, there's water.
The rain was slowly getting worse.
And it was just kind of there was no like, okay, good night, love you. I mean, I just went and got my kids ready for bed and everything. And then I heard his Jeep start.
Hearing that Jeep start in the early morning hours was not an unusual sound for Megan.
Yes, heard his Jeep start, which I've heard we usually have a fire truck out at our house, so that's nothing normal, that's nothing new to me. And I was like, okay, he's going out on a call, you know, figured he would.
But looking back, there was one thing that was a little out of the ordinary.
We're like, okay, and she said he was sitting at the dining room table just tapping his foot. She's like, what's wrong? And he's like, someone's gonna need something. This is not gonna be good. There's gonna be somebody who needs something. And I guess because he was nervous was odd, because he's never nervous.
Megan refused to believe that was the last time she was going to see her dad alive. Then Chief Phillips' co-workers showed up at the house.
And they were like, oh, well, I just want to let you know, like, we can't find him. I was like, well, go and look for him. Like, what are you talking about? And kind of the more they talked, I was like, okay, this is a little bit more than what I think it is.
As we talked at the fire station near Chief Phillips' turnout gear that is still on the rack ready to go, Megan says the gravity of the situation really hit home when she talked with her mom.
But then we went back in the house, and my mom, she just sat in a chair in the living room, and she was keeping it together because the kids were there. And I was like, it's fine. Like, I promise you, like, he's out there. He's probably in a tree. And she's like, don't promise me things that you can't, you know, promise. And I remember when the kids left, her going in her room and just hearing her cry. Because my mom doesn't cry. She's a very strong woman. But I think she knew. And just hearing her cry like that, it just killed me. Because there's nothing I could do for her.
But even after days of searching, she started dreaming of her dad and thought surely Super Pops would just walk through the door one day.
We call him Super Pops. So he can't get hurt. He's a superhero. And so I thought everything was going to be fine. And it really wasn't until later on in the week that it was just surreal. And even now, when I think about it, I'm like, he's there.
There are a lot of heavy hearts, and even more heavy hearts tonight in Marble Falls. We're following breaking news that the search was just suspended for missing Marble Falls Volunteer Fire Chief Michael Phillips.
And I had dreams, and he would just pop up and come into the house and be like, hey, what are y'all doing? Like, what is all this? What are y'all having all this people for? So it's just surreal.
That knock on the door never came. And for Megan and a community that loved Chief Phillips, this is where his story ended. But it's also where his legacy lives. Megan says she wants her dad to be remembered as a humble hero, never forgetting what Chief Phillips would always say.
I'm there on the day of these people's worst day, and I just want to be able to help them because this is the worst day that they're having, and there's something I can do to help them.
What would you like to say to your dad?
I guess a part of me would say, like I said, I'm mad. You know, I feel like he left me. But I'm very proud of him. Like I said, he doesn't want the fanfare. He wants to be able to help whoever he can help and then be in the shadows. But you know, kind of through this whole thing, as far as even his memorial and everything, I was like, I want everything. I want the flag, I want the fanfare, I want everything. I want people to know that this was his life. This was his heart. This is everything.
This afternoon, first responders from across Texas drove in on Highway 281 straight into Marble Falls, where they gathered to honor a man they call a humble hero.
I mean, there's some volunteers or other people who's like, yeah, this is my job. But for him, this wasn't a job. This was a calling, and this was his, it was life. I know he had lots of big dreams, big ideas for this department, and I hope that they continue to grow and keep going with what he wanted.
Inside the Marble Falls Volunteer Fire Station, his memory fills this place. A reminder of the man who built this department from the ground up. For Megan, remembering him means balancing heartbreak and pride, between the pain of losing her father and the peace of knowing he was doing what he loved.
He wouldn't do it any differently. I think me and my mom, that's a comfort that we have, is that we know that he was doing what he loved, and he wouldn't do it any differently. If someone called and needed help, that's what he was gonna do. I'm at peace that he's here. I like just sitting down there and listening to the water, and that gives me comfort. I'm good as far as he's out here. This is where he's at peace here.
Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and get the latest news by downloading the CBS Austin News app.